It's only a matter of time before you begin to wear out the clutch in a manual transmission car. While there are some things you can do to extend the life of a clutch, they all eventually wear out, and if the symptoms aren't caught in time, it may require even more costly repairs. The transmission in your car uses a number of gears to transmit varying amounts of power to the wheels as you drive to accommodate various road conditions. Any vehicle with an internal combustion engine must have it, but shifting between those gears without a clutch can be difficult. The transmission will grind and possibly break gears when you try to shift into a new gear because the engine never stops turning and delivering power. The clutch enables the transmission to stop spinning so that a different gear ratio can be selected before power is again delivered. In this short video, I will tell you about 6 signs of a worn clutch on a manual transmission. It's Max the Car Guy. Subscribe and let's get started. Grinding gears. Usually, a clutch won't go from functioning perfectly to completely breaking overnight when it begins to fail. Additionally, grinding gears are among the most typical signs of a failing clutch. If you're doing everything correctly and the clutch is still grinding, it's worn down a little and needs to be replaced. You know how far to depress the clutch to disengage and re-engage it. Difficulty shifting gears. Given that the clutch's function is to assist with gear shifting, it should come as no surprise if one starts to malfunction. The clutch pedal may need to be depressed more deeply than usual, and in more serious cases, you might not be able to change gears at all. Loose clutch pedal. You will need to press the clutch down more and more deeply to release the clutch as it begins to wear out. Other types of loose clutch pedals include those that don't actively depress the clutch when you move them, as well as soft or spongy clutches, which are signs that the hydraulic system isn't working properly. In either case, you must identify and solve the issue as soon as you can. Sticky clutch pedal. Similar to how a clutch can become too loose as it begins to wear out, various issues can result in a clutch that is too difficult to depress. This is an equally serious issue because it can prevent you from safely shifting gears when you need to, and it puts too much strain on the system as a whole. Problems with the hydraulic system or the clutch pressure plate are frequent causes of a stiff clutch plate. Burning smells. There will be a lot of friction when your clutch isn't fully disengaging or it's rubbing against the flywheel the wrong way. As a result of the friction, heat is produced, and when temperatures rise too high, things begin to burn. However, a burning smell could originate from a variety of places, so you should thoroughly rule out other possibilities before applying the clutch. Fluid leak. It should come as no surprise that a hydraulic fluid leak from the clutch master cylinder, slave cylinder, or one of the hydraulic lines could be an indication of a more serious issue since modern clutch systems use hydraulics to assist you in disengaging the clutch. Replacement cost. It's not a cheap job to replace the clutch if your car needs one. You should still budget between $1,250 to $1,500 for a new item even though it won't cost as much as one. It's also not the simplest DIY project, so if you have no prior automotive experience, it might be best to leave it to the experts. But if you do the work yourself, you'll save a lot of money because the required parts typically cost between $600 and $750. How long does a clutch last? A modern clutch should last anywhere between 75,000 and 150,000 miles if maintained properly and shifted. Your driving habits have a big impact on how long a clutch will last. Grinding gears frequently or overly riding the clutch will shorten the clutch lifespan. As a result, clutches may begin to fail before 75,000 miles, but this almost always results from aggressive or careless driving. Hope the information was helpful for you. If so, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel.